Alrighty, we're gonna do this again. I actually attempted this earlier, but I think the music was just too loud. Nobody could hear me. Alright. Today I am pixeling this character for Marley. This character is named Sequins, and it's a cutie. I love it. Give me just a second while I try to find... There's another art program I use, and I want to put it up. Just for personal reasons. And I will probably be doing this by myself unless someone comes in, which would be awesome. I do not mind the company. Alright. I have a very quirky way of going about doing my pixel art. I don't know if anybody else does it the way I do. I know I mentioned in another video that I'm kind of fixed in my ways. A lot of people tell me, why are you using MS Paint? This is actually called JS Paint. It's a, I guess, an app. But I don't know, I just like it. It's comfortable for me to use. Again, I'm stuck in my ways. Okay. I am gonna begin here. Just making sure OBS is still good to go. I'm still new enough at this that I just want to make sure everything is going well. Also, I apologize in advance if anybody hears some background noise. I am a stay-at-home mom, and I do have a child, and she is allowed to be a child. All right. I'm still trying to get some stuff kind of squared away here before I start. I should have done all this before I started, but I'm sure everything is still running. Awesome. So I don't know what to talk about by myself. I know I talk better with people. Let's see here. I'm not sure. Let me kind of zoom out a bit. Right. Just gonna draw, I guess, the skeleton of it, if that makes sense. Also depends how big I want this to be. I know a lot of artists would prefer to have a sketch already laid out before they color. Like, they start streaming after the sketch, but generally pixel art doesn't take too awful long. But I also have a busy life. Again, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and my child comes first. And right now, I have my stream up on a TV, and I think she's looking at it. I do that just to make sure everything is going well. Alright, sorry about that. I had to pause real quick just to talk to my daughter. That will happen a lot. Let's see. All right. Have 2 viewers. And how is it going today? I don't know if they can hear me or not. Again, I don't know if my music is too loud. Let's see. I think one of my favorite sayings when it comes to art is to just make it exist. Then you can always go back and make it pretty later. So right now, I am just making it exist. It's not going to look pretty. Some people might argue that pixel art is not pretty at all, and that's okay. I know I've said before, who would like to watch pixel art? I don't know. It might be like watching paint dry for some people. I think for me, I would enjoy it maybe as a background thing while I work on something else. I don't know. Gonna figure out what this cutie is doing. Sometimes I'm not sure of a pose until after, and I try to avoid making the pose the same as the original artwork. You don't want to copy anybody. And sometimes poses are subject to change. Just right now, I'm trying to make it exist. If I remember right, this creature is called an ogrin or an ogrin. They're so cute. This is from Neopets Classic. I used to play the original Neopets all the time, but I don't play the original anymore. But I do play the, how do I say it? Not necessarily off-brand, but I guess it's more or less the same. Or the copycat websites. Whatever you want to call them. But I really like Neopets Classic. It is filled with a great community. Everybody is wonderful. I've made some wonderful friends there. They're probably some of the kindest people I've ever met in a community. It was only recently where I started doing art for people. I started commissioning. And I haven't been doing this for money. Only the points that you can get on the website. So if anybody plays Neopets Classic and you want commissions or anything, just hit me up. I'd be willing to talk shop. I really like how this creature looks like cross between a cat and a deer. That's pretty neat. Oh, I like how their fluff here looks like a heart. It kind of reminds me of, oh my gosh, I can't remember the character's name, but it was from Hazbin Hotel. He had like neck or chest fluff, I think, in the shape of a heart. Of course, this is a Valentine's themed Ogren, so it makes sense. One of my favorite things when I pixel or do any kind of drawing is the fluff. I'm gonna draw the mane just so I know where it's going to be, I guess. Makes sense to me. I haven't talked about my new character that can be seen on the left side of my sheet here. And I will talk about her just right now. I want to try to get this fluff, make it exist. And I probably sound all over the place. Part of that is distractions, and I do pause a lot sometimes to look around and make sure my daughter's doing okay. Yeah, the character on the left side, the little kitsune character, I commissioned her from a friend of mine named Kuruhi, and I highly recommend her art. I've commissioned her before the last few years or so. I do have her link on the bottom right of my page. So if anybody would like to check her out, please do. All right, let's get this fluff going here. I also have to be very careful because this is a 170 by 170 picture. I don't want to make it too huge and accidentally come out of the lines here. The square box. The square box kind of helps guide me on how large I should make the pixel. All right. What's really funny, I'm never really consistent. Like, I don't stick with one thing. I think that's part of my ADHD. Like, I see a thing, like this little heart fluff, and I'll work on that, and then I'll work back on the main here. But you know, it's okay. I really love the main. I've been doing pixel art for a long time, and I never budged from using MS Paint. I know this is JS Paint, but you know what's really funny? I don't know what the JS stands for. JavaScript? I know MS stood for Microsoft, so I don't know what the JS is. Maybe someone can enlighten me. I might make the main here a little longer on this side. Especially since I'm assuming female. I don't know. Let's see here. I love the big, pretty eyes. Just so beautiful. Again, everything is subject to change. I know that's why some people, I'll tell them if I'm streaming their art, and sometimes they'll tell me, well, I don't know if I want to because I'll see the changes and I'll probably want you to do the thing you had before. I did have that happen one time. And that's totally okay because the person who's commissioning is allowed to dictate what I do. I suppose within reason. If it's something I'm not comfortable with, I will speak up. Let's see here. I'll probably change this a bit. I will probably make the chest fluff a little bigger. Or neck fluff, I don't know. Oh, I just remembered the name. Angel Dust. Angel Dust had that chest fluff from Hazbin Hotel. Okay. I will need to remember to save my work. Because more often than not, I'll just keep working, not pay any attention, and then suddenly it will crash. Absolutely no reason for it to, but it will, because it can. Do I like that? We'll see, I'll play around with it. Still not sure what kind of pose I want for it. Again, I have to be very careful not to make it too big. Try to give it as much space as I can here. wonder who my third viewer is. I'm sorry, I get a little excited when I see new viewers. I can't help it. I'm still the baby streamer. Let's see. Might maybe make the character lie down. All right, give me 1 second. Okay, my apologies. I'm not really sure what to talk about. Probably just continue to ramble. Let's see. Yeah, I'll be playing around with the pose quite a lot, probably. Probably, maybe. Make everything look smooth and round. There's just no sharp edges here. Not really. I always like working with this tool here, the line tool. It makes everything easier to control rather than free draw. I do have a, oh my gosh, one of the like the little drawing pads. I have one somewhere, but it's really old. And obviously, since I forgot what it's even called, it's very telling. I don't use it often enough. See how that looks so far. Yeah, I'll probably change that a bit. It looks teeny. Again, you don't know until you draw it and you're like, oh my gosh, what even is that thing? got very long legs, so probably won't draw the back yet. Not until I know what the back leg's gonna look like. I apologize for going quiet. I was chatting with a friend on Discord. She is watching the stream on Discord, and she was asking me a question. I'm not sure if I should say it because it was actually really funny. I mean, I probably would say it, just I cannot say it in present company because my daughter is like right here. But if she watches my YouTube, she knows what she did. She knows what we talked about. Okay, I think I like the line down. I will be fixing that fluff there, though. It looks weird. I have to make it exist, though, in order for me to understand what's happening, I guess. If that makes sense. Okay, we're going to draw that there. That's going to be more fluff. Fluff. Okay. Because I'm not commentating anything on Discord, if she is watching me, she's going to be like, what is she doing? That is kind of the question she was asking me. Because she saw something on there and she was like, what is that? Yeah, do not like the fluff. I'm gonna... It just looked really stiff and looked like straw, so... I always loved the way deer lie down, like with their little legs tucked. I say little, but they're not that little. Actually, I'm gonna have to fix that rear. Make it look a little smoother, I guess. This might need to be longer. Again, nothing is ever set in stone. Hold on just a second, guys. I am going to try and get a link real quick. Alrighty, sorry. Again, I was just posting a link to some friends of mine. Just in case maybe they wanted to watch. I don't know. Things are looking a little rough with this right now, but I think it's expected to look a little rough to start. It's like with any sketch. I know sometimes it takes a couple of sketches in order for me to be like, oh, yep, that's the one. Let me see. Yeah. I really need to make that fluff look better. Maybe the legs a little thicker too. I kind of want at least like the leg fur to look a little natural. How does that look? Guess I'm getting kind of a cute and cozy vibe from this at the moment, so. I almost want this a little closer, because even the Ogren's body, again, very deer-like, so. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Whoops. Let me move this over a bit. Okay. What do I want to work on next? She seems to have a pretty big mane, so since she's facing forward, let's see. Let's see how that looks. So I'm thinking not so much like a lion's mane, but more like a horse's mane, I think is what I'm thinking of. The Ogren is a very strange creature. Very cool, very cute. Especially this character here. I'd probably put the nose right here. See what the expression's going to be like. Thinking a very big happy grin. Subject to change, of course. Ooh, let me save. I just realized I haven't saved in a hot minute. Let me do that now. My apologies if anybody heard that. Gonna be loud, probably. Oh no, there's stray pixels. Get out of here. Oh, I know why there's stray pixels. It came off of this thing. Whoops. That's alright, though. Already I'm seeing the vision, so just let me cook. Alright, so it's gonna be like these lines are not gonna be permanent, they're just more to kind of guide me where the nose is gonna be, or not the nose so much as the muzzle, like the entire muzzle. Let me actually just go with the eyes. Done. The eyes are already, or not already, but they're always a little tricky at first. They look super rough when I do them, especially as a pixel. She has very big, expressive eyes. What does that look like? Ah, not bad, not bad. I'm gonna have to maybe tweak it, make it a little smaller. Eyes aren't that close, but they're kind of connected, whoops, to the muzzle. I might just copy and paste it and then tweak the size. Just like that. It's gonna look so weird. Make it a little smaller on that side to make it seem, because while the character's not facing forward, well, I mean, she is facing forward, but she still has a slight tilt, so I guess perspective would make it seem like this eye here would seem slightly smaller. And if need be, I will always go back and tweak it. Oh, that looks kind of big, huh? Again, work in progress. Sometimes I don't notice it until later, and I'm like, why does it look like that? What did I do? Let's see. Oh yeah, that looks better. I don't know why I made the nose, or yeah, I don't know why I made it so wide. Make this a little softer and rounder, maybe. I've definitely learned a lot from some of my artist friends too. I had one who told me to be aware of making lines too sharp looking. You want to make things a little rounder, cuter. All right, I'll leave the smile there for now. I probably won't make it too wide, but we'll see. I really love her expression. It's so sweet. Let's see. I will probably have the person who commissioned this, Marley, they'll probably watch, which is very exciting. Just I hope they don't get in trouble on my account. Let's see. I need to make the ears. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what's going on with my voice. Probably my allergies. I know drinking coffee is not helping. Anyways. I hope Marley doesn't get in trouble. Let's see here. I'll probably need to extend the ear a little bit. I think the mouth might be too wide. Because even like looking at the reference image, see how that looks. Oh, It's a little better. I cannot wait to color the mane. It's just making the body exist first. Also thinking the neck might be a little too long. Or maybe the fluff is a little too low. Hold on. It's, as I've said, it's still in its rough beginning stages. Things are going to look weird. So I had a friend tell me that I should avoid streaming so early in the morning. I know time zones are different for everybody. It is currently about 9:30 here. In fact, it is 9:35. Most people would be at work. But this is prime streaming for me. And I more than likely won't get to stream all day, every day. It's not ideal. Right, I might, before I work on the feet, I kind of want to work on the tail. First, let me save again. Yeah, never know what'll happen. Knowing my luck, it's gonna just crap on itself again. It's like, oh, you're working on something? Oh, it'd be a shame if, you know, my computer crashed. Not so much my computer, but the JS Paint program. What do I want the tail? I'm probably going to move her over just a little bit so I can work on the tail. And I probably will get off soon because it will be lunchtime here in about an hour or so. Our schedule is kind of all over the place sometimes. Let's see. Do I want the tail up or do I want it down? I'll probably have it up. This will probably need to be a little rounder. I love the bows on this character. And I love that they're blue. It's a really neat contrast. I love it. How am I going to make this? exhibit a tuft here. Might be too big. No. Subject to change, yes, but for now, I like it. Or I could always bring it back. I just had an idea and it made me think of the old painting of the unicorn. If I remember right, the tail curled. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I guess it's all that matters. You'll see what I mean. I just kind of like the idea of curling the tail. I'll see if I like it. Just let me cook. I know the tail's not very long, but at the same time, I have a very weird style, I guess. I like big manes. I like long and tufted tails, but I will do my best to stay true to the character as well. I like the little curl at the end. I might emulate that, do it here as well. If anybody is watching, I do see 2 viewers. I would like to know what everybody is doing as far as gaming. I don't need to know what you're doing IRL. Any gamers here? Lately, my husband and I have been into Division 2. Oh, that's kind of cute. I might mess around with it a bit. Maybe make this a little longer. He and I recently went back into Division 2 after not playing it for a long time. We played Division 1 for a bit. Also into Warframe, and I hope to stream games soon. Still need to figure out why OBS isn't picking up sound. Or maybe it's not OBS, I don't know, I have to go back and check. It's something to do with our recording devices, maybe, or the computer settings, I don't know. Let's see here. Said I was gonna make it longer. I don't know, I just really loved the idea of a tail curl here. Subject to change, of course. I don't want it looking like a little piglet tail, though. So I might change it. I just wanted to see what it would look like. Sometimes I just have to do it to see what it looks like. Oops. I think if I maybe curled it up like this, it would look less like a piglet tail. Piglet tails are cute too, but that's not what the Ogren is. It doesn't have a piglet tail. If anything, I think it has a tail more like a lion's, which is why I think it's half lion, half deer. I could be wrong. Maybe I'll just make the tail look... Ooh, I have an idea. Kind of... I love dynamic poses and things like that. Okay, I'll let it sit for a while if I like it. I'll have to come back with fresher eyes and see. And of course, if Marley is watching, they can tell me if they like it or not. I just thought unicorn. Oops. I don't know what I did there. Oh well. I don't think anybody saw it anyway. So I will probably get the sketch down and then pause for a little while. I will pause my streaming. Pick it up later. I'm gonna have to eat lunch and do some stuff with my daughter. Recently got this really neat Lego thing. I'm gonna build it with her. I don't know what it is. I haven't really looked at it yet, but I found it in a bag and it was like, oh, okay, that looks fun. I have 4 people watching. Hi! Thank you for watching. Even if you're just passing by, I appreciate you clicking on my page. I certainly hope I don't disappoint. Let's see if I like the fluff. It's okay so far. Let me move her over just a little bit. I will make her tail tuft here a little thicker. Just, I needed to make it exist first. See if I like it. Alright, I probably won't do the leg fluff yet. I kind of want to just make the feet exist. Probably going to overlap. I love drawing paws. I remember when I first started trying to draw paws. It was horrible because I didn't know how to do it. I'm not saying I know how to do it now, but I feel like I do it better than I used to. Let's see. Oh, just make it exist. That's my mantra. Pretty sure I said it in another video too. Let's see, how does that look? Is it too small? I think it might be a little too small, so I'll definitely make it bigger. Because again, sometimes you just don't know until you zoom out and you're like, oh dear God, what even is that? Okay, let's just make the shape of it first. Sometimes that helps. You know what would be super cute? Since she has very long legs, what if this leg was draped over this one? So the rear leg, I don't know, I think the idea is cute. It's not until I implement it where I'm like, okay, maybe that was a terrible idea. Mm. Stray pixel. Those happen. Looks a little stiff. I will be right back, everyone. Okay, I'm back. At least for a little bit longer. I'm gonna get started on my daughter's food for the lunch and mine too, because I'm starting to get hungry. I don't eat breakfast anymore, and I'm starting to feel it. I wouldn't recommend it. I will need to. The head's a little too big, so I might need to push it down a bit. It's gonna look weird. Just bear with me. Let's see what I want the pupils here to look like. Oh, I should probably do the eyelid first, huh? What a gorgeous character. Probably make it a little smaller. All right, folks, I'll be right back. Alrighty. I'm back. It didn't take long. I just had to help my daughter with something. I also remembered I have coffee, but I didn't drink it. I like cold coffee, but I'd have to be in the mood for it. So I'm like, I'll probably just have to reheat it or something. I actually have a funny story. I used to have a friend who works, I believe they still work at a tea company. And I made a comment once that my husband used to put his, like, he would have a mug, he would have water in it, but he would put it in the microwave to heat it up. And when I told her that, she was like, "Are you for real?" It's like, if you're wanting to make tea, that's not the way to do it. So I have learned things since then. I got schooled on how to properly make tea, so we got ourselves a proper tea kettle. Alright, I will probably stop here for now because I do have to get started on some stuff. For those who have joined me, for those who are watching, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Until next time, I hope all of you have a great and wonderful